Like it or not, Valorant is a game that relies on your team to be able to work together to maximize your success. However, you're probably going to be dealing with lots of randoms, and it's essential to know how to coordinate your team and work with them if you want to come out on top. It seems like many of you are aware of the importance of a good team, so the first 10 to make their way to the description can find and use the link to the Discord server that I just created. I will definitely play on there, hopefully with some of you, and ideally the kind of videos I make will help attract a community that is both competitive and kind. If the first wave goes well, I will make an announcement in a future video about inviting more members, so look out for that. Make sure to subscribe if you want to be the first to see more content designed to help you rank up just like this. Keep in mind that these tips did work for me, but you may need something different. That is up to your own judgment. Hello everyone, my name is Achax, and today we are going to be talking about team chemistry in Valorant. Let's get started. Team chemistry, for the purposes of this video, is the way in which a team interacts in order to maximize the performance and effectiveness of each member, which in turn increases the success of the team as a whole, which comes full circle and increases the success of the individuals. Understanding how team chemistry works can be the difference between 5-stack-like coordination and complete radio silence. Team chemistry consists of the 3 C's: communication, coordination, and attitude. Communication is how information moves throughout a team. Ideally, every team member should know exactly what's happening all over the map almost in real time, and this is done with callouts. Believe it or not, callouts are a skill. You need to be able to fit as much information as possible into as short a time as possible in order to be able to be as close to real time as you can. When calling out opposing positions, you should almost always say location, number of opponents, and then damage. For example, A short 3 lit 70. It may feel more natural to use the verb first and then the adjective based on your language, but location is of more immediate consequence, followed by number, and the order reflects this. Try to cut out any unnecessary words, as these slow down the message and may cloud its meaning, which would not be good. You may also want to call out relevant information. For example, a specific weapon the opponent was using, such as an op or a judge, that your teammates could benefit by taking into account. In addition, giving a lack of information can often be just as important as information. Calling out that you've been smoked off allows teammates to make adjustments so that they don't get blindsided from a position they thought you were watching. And calling out nothing A side periodically will allow players to focus on what's in front of them. It can also be very important to call out when opponents use utility such as raised nades or phoenix flashes, because these things make a big difference in how someone might approach a situation later in the round. Correcting your team's errors mid-game is a huge piece of many important factors like variation, adaptability, and problem solving, but doing it with poor delivery can shatter team chemistry. A common mistake I see is players thinking that teammates will submit to superior logic. The first huge point you need to understand is that team chemistry is far more an emotional interaction than a logical one, and as a result, delivery is as important as content, if not more so, for cooperation and effectiveness of information. There are 4 big mistakes I see with regards to callouts in Valorant. The first is not making callouts because players have a minimap and quote-unquote, that's what it's for. This is not an unreasonable conclusion, especially because that's exactly what the minimap does. But ideally, everyone on the team gets to focus on what's directly in front of them and doesn't have to use the minimap at all, as glancing away at the minimap is an excellent way to lose aim duels on account of focus and timing. The second mistake is not communicating one-step logic, i.e., because we threw smokes, we should push. You can be as correct in your reasoning as you want, but most of the time, teammates need it spelled out, and either way, it's quicker to just tell them. The third is expecting everyone to be silent or telling everyone to be silent. If you want radio silence, I hate to break it to you, but you're playing the wrong game. In a small team tactical FPS like this, communication is not only the norm, but it benefits the team and therefore the individuals. If you listen to pro comms, the team is making callouts and talking almost constantly. I often see players trying to emulate the incredible highlight reel plays that pros make, but perhaps we could improve even more by taking a look at how they work with one another. The final and probably most important is don't blame teammates, even if it was their fault. It's incredibly frustrating when teammates make errors that lose us rounds, and it's easy to blame them or to yell at them when they make mistakes. However, this is a huge error for a few reasons. Attacking a player is likely to make them perform worse, which in turn makes the team perform worse, which in turn hurts the person who was toxic in the first place. In addition, it will inhibit the chemistry of the entire team. If someone has been toxic, for example blaming teammates, they are allowing more coordinated teams to beat them, even though they have the better team. Instead, say something along the lines of "nice try," even if it wasn't. If you have a legitimate error you would like to correct, try to say something more general, such as "careful team, they've been getting us when we push, let's try playing sites," rather than aiming your comments at a specific person. Odds are they are feeling as bad about their error as you are, and they would probably appreciate a pick-me-up. In this way, you can take a setback and use it to set up for a future win. Let's hop into our second C, coordination. Coordination is the degree of synchrony of your team. The first thing you have to do is make sure that you are all working towards the same goal. Too many times I've been part of a team where the members are trying to accomplish completely different things, which tends to mean that we don't accomplish any of them. You don't have to be a 200 IQ strat caller to make sure everyone is on the same page. Explicitly calling out which site to focus on and then calling a rotation if necessary can be a huge benefit for the team. One of the things that can easily take your coordination to the next level is making calls with fair warning. When I play Phoenix and I want to flash around a corner, I usually say flashing, 3, 2, 1, and then I flash, because this tells my teammates what's about to happen and gives them time to set up so that they can take advantage of it. I generally like to entry regardless of who I'm playing, so I also frequently say things like "Jet, trade me," right before I move into a new area, and this lets Jet know that she should be following me closely so that they can double peek with me or trade me. These fair warning callouts improve synchrony because they supply a what, where, how, and most importantly, a when in advance. The countdown allows you to act in the same timing and tempo as well, which is a huge bonus. It may appear like a small and easy thing to make explicit goals and countdown with callouts, but it seems like most people don't do it. Successfully doing the easy things is a huge part of being the best Valorant player you can be. Don't confuse easy for insignificant. Take your team play to the next level. The last C is attitude. If communication and coordination are a treasure chest, attitude is the key. It's one of those things that always seems to get overlooked as a skill. But in a game that ranks players based on round wins and game wins within longer games over longer seasons, sustainability of focus, confidence, and positivity will impact the game considerably. And you can literally win games as a result of holding your team chemistry together longer, or because the other team gives up. I chose the word attitude specifically because attitude is deliberate, and it shows confidence and belief. A good team attitude is confident, positive, and relaxed because most players play best under these conditions. Confidence increases focus and decreases hesitation. In a game like Valorant where timing can be everything, this is a very desirable quality. While good teams may believe in their abilities as a team, great players trust one another and lift each other up. Confidence increases the coordination of a team because there will be less questioning of information or directed suggestions, and more immediate action, which means the team will function more quickly like a well-oiled machine. A team must believe it can achieve its goals. This is where positivity comes in. Positivity is a frame through which to look at the game. This frame can help you determine what to focus on, and focusing on the good things and what you can do rather than what you can't is the only way to reach your best as a player. A cynic may be quote-unquote right more often, but a positive player will win more in my experience. Which do you want more? I'm not saying ignore problems or weaknesses. The team needs to think in possibilities, not limitations. Say nice try and good job often, constantly reinforce the positive mindset, and keep your team thinking from a place of possibilities. The last primary component of attitude is relaxation. Being relaxed is important for a variety of performance factors like speed, accuracy, naturalness, autopilot, muscle memory, clutching, focus, getting into the zone, and more. There's not a lot to say about this one, which once again does not detract from its importance. For me, relaxation has a lot to do with time. If you have a deadline in 5 minutes and you're not ready, chances are you're going to be panicked and you won't do your best work. However, if you have 5 weeks, you'll probably be better able to focus and knock that thing out of the park. When you're communicating with your team, you can project calm through the belief that the team has plenty of time to turn things around if you're behind, or that you can press an advantage at your pace. Before we recap, I want to mention one huge mistake that I see all the time in my games. This is called swinging attitude. This is when a player's confidence and positivity rely on the immediate results, usually round wins and losses. And as a consequence, they swing to positivity when things are going well and negativity when things aren't. This is double jeopardy because it's very prone to overconfidence when winning and towards toxicity, negativity, and lack of confidence when not. The problem with this mentality is that you can run for a while, but if you fall down, you're done. It's very hard to get back up and rebound, and in a game that features a competitive mode with at least 13 rounds and probably upwards of 20, it's inevitable that you're going to dip at some point. It's important to have a good attitude not just when things are going well, but especially when they aren't. Team chemistry is almost exactly that simple. Give and receive information, communicate explicitly, be confident, be positive, be relaxed, and be kind. The thought that ties most of this together is the belief in yourself to be able to figure it out, whatever it might be in Valorant. This mindset makes it logical to be confident, positive, and relaxed. Hopefully, having great team chemistry will allow you to work better with your team, win more games, and most importantly, have fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to subscribe. Best of luck, everyone, and have a wonderful day.